I mean, we saw this coming, right? Lauren wasn't actually going to tell the full truth here, but it was suspenseful enough as a cliffhanger from last episode. Episode 80, titled Anticipated Allegation, is out for everyone, so this video is considered spoilers for those who have not read up to this point in the story yet. So please, no comments or discussions about FastPass or stream material to avoid spoilers for others. Now, let's begin. So the itinerary of Lauren's night, as she depicted and told to March, Hermann, and whoever the chick that inspected Harvey was. 7:20, she was at the carnival. 7:40, she was at the fortune teller or Hecate. 8 o'clock, she made it to the big tent. 8:30, she left. And then she got, drugged and kidnapped and interrogated by Sandman before she got released. But that doesn't, she didn't reveal that stuff, which is part of her. I really love the line, people dropping like flies around you, especially when it's coupled with that murder scene, since Lauren feels like all the loon victims is her fault, and now Sake and Harvey are added to that list of people that she's let die, especially since she's now the one being in the interrogation room and how the roles are reversed, as we can see how pushy and aggressive Hermann is for her. I'm glad that March is actually in the room as a middleman, because I'm sure it would have been much worse if he hadn't been there. Just like how Tristan tells Lauren not to jump to conclusions, we have March do the same to Hermann, which is a pretty nice parallel. It's actually cool to see the transcript of the flashback that we saw ages ago, and obviously Kieran can't really see the lines, but he knows exactly what Sake was doing, right? Kieran seems to have additional information, so even without lies, people have good deductive skills. It would have been, I don't know, would it have been a cooler visual? In my head, when I was reading the transcript, it would have been cool to see like the lines that he actually lied on to start like dripping with blood or something, but I don't know if there was any need to add that. It was just something that popped in my head. I'm curious to actually know what Kieran knows. How is he going to help with the case? Because I don't know how digging up Sake stuff, especially now that he's dead, will help Lauren in this case. It might actually make her more suspicious because she's going back and searching for more information. Or will it actually clear her actions back in the day? Would she actually go back to March's squad? I doubt it. I don't know if that's even a possibility, because like her reputation and her image to her colleagues and coworkers has already been tainted, right? Even if she hasn't done anything wrong, and even if March says she's innocent until proven guilty, right? But that's not the reality here. People latch onto allegations and suspicions, and that stays with you even if you did it or not. So the act of being accused is pretty big deal, right? Especially in their society, which is super paranoid, right? The Purple Hyacinth is going around killing people. Maybe more than half the population is part of the Phantom Site. So accusing someone of being part of some criminal organization could potentially cause you to lose your business if you're owning a company, or cause you to lose trust in your neighbors, and right, like it's a very stressful environment. So I don't blame them. It's a shame seeing like her own police officers view her in that light, but like Lauren says, not in this episode but last episode, that the mistakes that you make in life kind of stick with you forever, no matter how much you try to hide them. You have to own up to it and live up to it, and try your hardest to change people's perspectives, which Lauren has been doing, kind of. And I doubt that she'll actually be back into the detective squad, because I believe that the patrol unit actually gives her more freedom to move around. Also, I don't know, but the jokes didn't really hit this episode. Now I know I don't like Lukas a lot at all. I don't like him one bit. So I know every time he shows up or has any form of speaking lines, it really puts a damper on my enjoyment, and I get that it's my bias, but dear Lord, I don't enjoy him one bit. At least we get the confirmation that we are still in XX27 and the new year hasn't happened. I'm sure something big will go down at this party where Stefan, Tristan, Kieran, and Lauren will be a part of. Now, Lauren's always in some kind of trance, showing us once again just how bad she is at her job, as Kieran can tail them the entire way from the precinct to her home. I wonder when she'll actually get out of this bad habit, since it's cost her multiple times already. Also, how do you think that Sandman will contact Lauren, especially if she's being constantly monitored? I'd imagine Tristan won't let her out of the house. But we actually haven't seen what happened in the past week, so I'm not too sure how free or how free she is of the eyes observing her. So I hope we'll get more of that next episode. Oh, that's all for the episode. There isn't too much for this chapter, but it was a lot of setup. So thank you so much for watching. See you all next time.